Hey guys, hopefully everyone is doing well. Today's target is to solve question number 10, and the chapter which we are related with is bank reconciliation statement. And as you can see, here is question number 10, and note, prepare a bank reconciliation statement as on 31st March 22. So sometimes this requirement would be given at start of question, and sometime this requirement would be as it is now at the last of the question. So we will put as usual the headings first. Here is our performer. You can see that we must have 3 lines for heading. First is fixed for bank reconciliation statement, and then we will put the date as on 31st, I think it's March, and 2022 is your date. Let's check it out again. We have 31st March 22, 31st March 22, and now the name of the organization. Here we have Sarfraz Limited, so we will write of MSRS Measures Sarfaraz and Company. So in this way our headings completed. Here we will be writing add or less, then we will put detail, next debit or credit, then we would have amount and again amount. In this way our headings are completed. Now we will start our question. First entry is starting over here, but you can see this amount is mentioned at the start of the question. Sometime it would happen, if you will not focus, this amount would be skipped. So it's better to be very much focused upon the narration of question. According to cash book Sarfraz, so this is cash book balance. Let's write down our first entry. It is cash book balance, and let's see what is cash book balance at the bank 7600. So cash book balance, as you know, our rules are saying that it should be debited, and amount is mentioned over here 7600. Just write down your amount 7600. Now after that, trade subscription paid by bank. It means bank is paying on your behalf. Amount present in your bank account would be decreased. Decrease in bank account would be credited. So here we will post with little space credit, and you can say, okay, we are writing trade subscription paid by bank. Here is the detail. Now let's see how much amount has been paid. 1000. So 1000 would be put in amount column. Please note it down. It was payment. Expense. In expenses we do credit our bank account, and it has been mentioned that it was not entered in cash book. So obviously it's a mistake, but we will follow the very simple and general rule. Trade subscription expense. In expenses, amount in bank would be decreased. It means bank should be credited. Now next, check paid for advertisement. Now again it's a payment. Payment means it's an expense. Expense should be, with an expense, amount present in your bank account would be decreased. In this way again it would be credited. 394 is your amount and it is credited, and name of this expense is advertising paid by bank again. So this would be considered as an expense. Checks of rupees 2200 sent to creditors. Sent to creditors mean issued. Under issued we will see unpresented checks. So checks of 22 sent to creditors were not paid by the bank until 5th April. Our last date was March. It means issued to creditors but not paid. Issued to creditors not paid. We do know when checks are issued, but unpaid, uncashed, that means it should be debited under the rules. We will go to debit line, and now let's see how much amount. Check issued to creditors 2200. We will be posting over here. Please note, issued but not paid. No matter whatever the sense is, if check issued is not being paid, not cashed, uncashed, you will be going to do it debit. Alright, now third point we have solved. Okay, fourth point, check received from customer 33 were paid into the bank. Okay, when you will pay your checks into the bank, you will search whether they are credited or not credited. So clearly mentioned, not credited. As you know, rules are saying not credited checks are to be written on credit side. So we have chosen the credit side. Let's see how much amount. Check received from customer, paid but not credited, 3360. Let's put our amount. Alright guys, so we have completed our entries. 5 entries are completed. Let's get back. Now next is interest on investment collected by bank. Collections collected by bank. It means bank had collected, amount present in our bank account has been increased. It means bank should be debited. So 600 we will choose for debit side. Just write down the amount 600. What was that? Interest collected by bank. So just write down interest collected by bank. Please note it down. Here you can see paid by bank. Paid by bank two times. Payment with which bank amount has been decreased. And here by bank, what bank had done? Collection by bank. It means amount has been increased. So in this way, all entries are completed. As usual, in second line you will write add, and in next portion you will write less, and here you will take sum of all amounts present on debit side, just add them, and then we will take sum of all amounts present on credit side. Alright guys, sum of debit side calculated, sum of credit side is calculated. It's time to take the difference. You will take sum of debit side, subtract sum of credit side. You have got your amount 5646, and here is your answer 5646. Now it's time to write debit credit, the sign which does have larger amount. 10,400 debit, 4,000 credit. It means larger sum is debit. Just write down debit. In this way, question has been completed. It's time to see, time to write down the answer. We have started our question with cash book. Opposite of cash book would be passbook, and you will write passbook balance over here. Next, your answer was in debit form. Opposite to debit, you will write credit, and same balance you will be writing over here. In this way, our answer has been completed. Passbook credit 5646. Here, passbook credit 5646. So guys, in this way, our question was very simple, very straight, and with no time, it has been completed. But even then, if you have any query, any problem, any misunderstanding, you are very open to ask your questions through messages, text, or you can directly contact to share your queries. I am 100% sure that I will be available to answer your questions. So it's time to end our lecture. Thank you very much for your time. It's time to say goodbye. Allah Hafiz.